yung thoughts mo dun sa recent controversial commercials about skin whitening?
First impression, parang, what the heck? Tingin ko mali yung pagkaka-deliver.
Oh, you look ugly. You need us to look beautiful.
Do you think our country has a beauty standard?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
We have this beauty standard na maganda ang Eurocentric or Euro-Asian, like the K-pop. Yung ganong facial structure, yung
Maputi and long straight hair.
Fair and makinis.
payat, tapos matangos ilong.
Pag anong itsura na ng isang tao, parang, wow, mesmerized na yung mga Pinaysa. That's standard.
Honestly, I think that people make it seem like they want to look like foreigners.
Back then, Filipinos, meron pa silang like the colonial mentality.
So imprinted in us when we were colonized by Spain for 333 years, because you know how they consider like being dark-skinned not that attractive, kind of, oh, you're too dark. So I kind of spent my first 10 years of living or life kind of in and out London and Philippines. Ever since I got here, all I saw was whitening products, Korean beauty products, whitening, everything I saw was just whitening.
I think the beauty standards now for women, at least in my generation, we're more open to like the natural Filipina beauty, na morenas, the morena power and all that.
What I feel like what the world or what society has done for us is kind of, they always try and make them want something they're not. You know, they implement like being brown skinned to whiter girls, and you know, they implement being lighter skinned to black and brown women, just to keep them wanting what they can't have.
Have you ever been discriminated on because of how you look?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
I have never been discriminated.
I usually get bullied before kasi I used to have very kinky hair na they would tease me about it, and then I was dark na parang sa pictures I would stand out.
Physically, it's about my height. Because I'm short, I'm only 5 feet tall.
Kasi before, I have a lot of breakouts, like pimples, acne. Minsan, ina-outcast ka because you're not that so makinis.
May mga roles na, kunyari sa mga school play or sa mga school project na usually ang pinipili yung mga stereotypically na maganda. So,
Ang hirap, lalo na minsan when I play with my cousins or grade school friends, I usually get picked last kasi I'm weird, medyo nakaka-down, tas nakaka-depress.
nung una, nakakapaba siya ng self-confidence. Like, for me, hindi ko agad na-realize yung potential ko as a person. Kasi parang nalilimit ako na, ay, dyan ka lang, parang backstage work, ganyan. In London, it was weird because they kind of praise your brown skin. White girls used to come up to me and be like, oh, I love your skin, like you're tanned all year round.
But I guess in the States, when I travel abroad, people would always ask me, are you Chinese? Are you Vietnamese?
Growing up with that kind of two different experiences, I went through like a big identity crisis, especially when I first got to London. Back home, people tell me, oh, you're too dark. But then in school or like people I saw, they were like, oh, you've got such nice skin color. So it was kind of trying to find that understanding of what is what.
Kasi yung discrimination hindi limited sa other people. Nagkakaroon din ng discrimination within the family and friends. So, for example, sa family, parang hindi mo maiwasan na magsasalita sila ng masamang mga words.
I think people just like to just say something all the time just to make them feel better. Just so they can say something to make you feel bad.
Do you think media representation on beauty is diverse?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so, yes.
Parang hindi eh.
Not really.
Kasi more on more on promoting talaga yung perfect girl.
I don't really see any black models or anything like that, or really brown skinned models. It's more pale skin and like chinita and that mestiza look. Unless they're kind of like used as in comedy. They're kind of like joked about and people like take the piss out of them.
The influence of media is very strong. Every time they show something, that's what people believe.
So parang kumbaga doon nagkakaroon ng low self-esteem yung mga girls.
A little step goes a long way.
Kunyari, sa mga sa modeling or sa mga beauty products, ganyan, sa mga movies, tinatry na as much as possible to magkaroon ng inclusivity when it comes to, sa looks, sa body types, ayun.
Minsan masasabi mo sa sarili mo na sana all. Doon na yung pumapasok na, ay sana all, ganon. Para ma-experience mo naman yung ganong treatment ng tao.
Pero syempre, nandun pa rin tayo sa favoritism na kapag yung Eurocentric beauty standards pa rin. Yung unang tinitignan.
Iba kasi talaga yung treatment ng tao pag once nakita ka nila na pogi ka, may itsura ka compare sa medyo mababa.
Does the use of beauty products cause more harm than good?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they do cause more harm than good.
No.
I think it's half.
It's a yes and no thing.
Siguro it depends sa product.
Beauty products nowadays, the way they market it, like sometimes it can get to people. Like sometimes it can make them feel less of themselves, especially if they don't get the effect they expect from that product.
Every time I walk into Watson's or any beauty store or beauty whatever, everything is literally whitening or extra white. I feel like because of that, it's hard not want to be white or not want to be like of lighter complexion just because it's everywhere.
But then it also does good because kahit paano, you still get to improve the way you look.
I have pimples, I have scars. It doesn't necessarily mean of me covering up who I am, but it's more like, it's an enhancement of what I already have.
Way back then, parang mapuputi yung mga foundation. Pero since may wide range na, parang mas kaya nang i-express ng mas maraming tao yung sarili nila through makeup.
Beauty products only do good if they offer you with the idea that, hey, if you feel like our product will help you look more beautiful or more confident, then this is the product for you.
For me, I personally use makeup, I use beauty products, but it's a way of me helping myself build confidence.
It only does harm when, by the way, they're promoted. So like those whitening brands. Oh, you look ugly, you need us to look beautiful.
First impression, parang, what the heck?
They were trying to send a good message. Pero tingin ko mali yung pagkaka-deliver.
The way yung message came across was offensive kasi
Siyempre, isipin mo, ay, for skin whitening siya, di ba? Bakit nyo pinopromote yung morena skin?
when they took pictures, you could still see na mas nagsistand out yung mestiza rather than the one that's tanned or darker skinned.
Contradicting siya kasi pampaputi nga siya, di ba?
There were other ways telling them that it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be tanned. It's okay to be moreno.
Sana mas naging inclusive siya, parang hindi pilit.
Would you ever change anything about your appearance?
Honestly, yes.
Honestly, yeah.
Yes.
No. No.
No. Get the whole package. I love the whole package. There isn't anything like I would change.
If I had the choice, I would want to be taller.
Gusto ko kasi magpa-trim ng nose. Like, it's really big.
I really didn't like myself kasi mataba ako or chubby.
I guess I would like to lose weight.
Grabe yung insecurity ko lalo na sa hair, tsaka sa skin color.
It takes a lot of time, kind of being more aware about yourself. You have to go through that identity crisis, you have to go through the anxieties, you have to go through the insecurities, and you have to learn to accept.
When you grow older, you just realize that the physical appearance doesn't really matter.
Despite being me, tanned or short or pango, magiging identity ko siya. Na especially for people like me who perform, I'm gonna stand out in the crowd in a positive way. Na it's okay to be different. It's okay to be not just like everybody else. It's okay to be yourself.
I don't think I will ever change anything about myself just because I love my skin tone and like I look tan all year round, like they say, like I'm just brown.
Pantay-pantay tayo, lahat tayo may karapatan na mahalin ng bawat isa at lahat tayo may karapatan na mahalin ng sarili.
Having experienced yun, discrimination din, na-feel ko yung feeling na ikaw mismo, dinadown mo yung sarili mo. Kasi everyone around you is saying that you're not good enough, ganyan.
So let's start accepting who you are. It's okay. Kahit Small steps, liking your face, liking your skin. It's a small step, but acceptance is everything.
After I was able to appreciate myself, mas na-appreciate ko din yung beauty in other people. Parang na-break yung stereotype, yung standards. Ayun, it really starts within yourself. Parang ang cliche, pero totoo siya. Ayun.
Yes, Miss Universe. Alright.